Hey everyone, what's up and welcome to the channel. Today we are back and we're going to be talking about some Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League. If you haven't been on the internet for the past few days, then you probably wouldn't know this game is being absolutely review bombed by the community. It's being slammed into the floor. DC fans are not happy, and not to any extent that I think I can understand. I'm making this video from the perspective of an FPS player who probably is the least superhero game enjoyer you've ever met. With all the hate that this game has been getting on the internet, I'm a little interested with the experience I've been having, because my personal game time, what I'm enjoying, is not matching up with what other people are saying online. And so I just find that dynamic interesting. I kind of want to talk about it. I kind of want to share my personal thoughts and opinions on certain things and see how they line up with everybody else's. Maybe I'm just out to lunch for the fact that I'm enjoying this game. But yeah, we're going to talk about it today because this might be the only positive thing on the internet that is being published towards Suicide Squad. And this isn't to make me sound like a shill. I'm not here to promote the game or, tell you to buy it. This is not sponsored by any means. I just watched some gameplay of the game, and upon finding out it was a looter shooter, it intrigued me to play. That has been the number one gripe though with a lot of people. Actually, they don't really like the gameplay. They don't like the fact that it is a looter shooter. I think people were expecting another a true single player Batman game from Rocksteady that just kind of brought to light the enjoyment they've had with their previous games just to another level. And that's not what this game is at all. And in all fairness, that is the audience they built up, and they wavered away from that. So I can see why they might not be happy with that. But at the same time, I personally wouldn't have tried this game out unless it was a shooter of some sort. So it definitely opened up to new audiences, and I think if you like shooters, you honestly might have a good time with this game. The one thing I will say with the fact that it is a looter shooter, and it's like, oh, why did they go that direction? I think for the Suicide Squad members, not superhumans, it actually makes sense that you run around and shoot them up with guns. I mean, it may not be the most lore accurate or canon, but it is a lot of fun, and it kind of makes sense being the incompetent little mortal human bugs that run around causing crime all day. So that's how we're going to open up this video. I only tried this game because it was different, and there's a lot more things that are different with the game than people would like. We're going to talk about the gameplay today. We're going to talk about the story. We're going to talk about the aesthetic of the game, and then we're going to talk about the live service model. We're going to run through all four topics, and I'm going to give you just my take. I'm not talking in statements today. I'm not talking in what is absolute, what is right, this is what it is. It's just my opinion. And so getting into the gameplay, I think that this game is a ton of fun. I've played some looter shooters before, and I think that this game offers a lot of skill depth to each character, and even just the gameplay loop in itself. It is extremely movement based. If you've watched gameplay of this game, and probably the gameplay you'll be watching during this video, it is very momentum, combo, and movement focused, I guess you could say. I think that this game, not done right and set very grounded, could have been extremely boring. I played some other looter shooters that is just, it's just basic dodge, roll, shoot, and maybe one or two abilities. And at the end of the day, you have two abilities in this game as well, but each character that you could play between Deadshot, Harley Quinn, King Shark, and Deadshot are all extremely unique and offer unique playstyles. And learning how to use their movement tech effectively creates for some extremely in-depth gameplay that I find extremely satisfying. I find aiming in this game very fun. It's fun to hit difficult shots while flying a million miles per hour off your grappling hook with Harley, and I think the gameplay is good. I will say one of the complaints people have actually had too is the lack of enemy variety. I've also noticed that after playing for about 10 hours, I've gone against the same purple targets for quite some time now, given there is a variety of different little purple monsters. But I would hope to see it expand, or maybe switch it up throughout my playthrough after 10 hours. I can't speak to what it will be because I haven't gone there yet, but if it doesn't change, I can definitely see why that tired people out or bugged them. But overall, the mechanics of the game and new enemies can always be added. I think the core gameplay that we're working with here is actually a lot of fun. I feel like that speaks volumes. I feel like that's no little thing to sleep on. It's Very often we get high production value, big games, but the game is just boring. It's just walking around from cutscene to cutscene and dialogue to dialogue. At least this game provides you, fun gameplay. I can definitely see how people who are used to Rocksteady's games of, previous Batman titles and are, all about that hand-to-hand combat and just, punching and doing Batman stuff, can be a little bit disappointed with the fact that this is basically a movement looter shooter now. It's very different, but just because it's different, I don't think that's a reason to call it bad. I think it's just not what they were looking for from this title. But then again, was this title made for them? Based on the rest of the things we're going to talk about, I honestly don't know that it is. I feel like Rocksteady was trying to switch things up with this title, and obviously that's going to disappoint people and please some others, me being one of the people who are pleased. Next up, we're going to get into the story. So far, I have enjoyed my time with the story. I will say I don't know really anything about the DC universe. I don't know anything about events and what should or shouldn't happen, but it's been funny so far. I've had more laughs in these 10 hours of gameplay than I have in entire playthroughs of other games. So yeah, it's been funny. I actually find the dialogue to the game extremely good as well. I feel like there's lots of banter, there's lots of deep moments, and it actually is really gripping and engaging. It's been good so far for me. As someone who is super invested into the DC universe, maybe the story doesn't make sense to you, or maybe the story just it's just a bit far-fetched, and so for those reasons I can empathize and I can see why that would bother you. I have one of my friends who is a Twitch moderator in my chat over on Twitch, and he says, as a big DC fan, the story honestly just bugs him. It bothers him in a way that I just can't relate to him. So that does impact your experience with the game though, whether or not you're going to enjoy or not enjoy the story. The third thing I wanted to talk about was just the aesthetics and how the game looks. I remember seeing the game for the first time on YouTube, just looking up some gameplay of it. When deciding whether or not I wanted to play the game or not, I can honestly say that it doesn't do it justice looking at it from your phone. When you actually have it here on your monitor and you're in Metropolis, and I play in 1440p, the game looks beautiful. The Metropolis is massive, and apparently I've only experienced the first part of the map. There's a bunch more to explore. So just thinking about the fact that there's more areas to enjoy only gets me more excited. The starting area, the first Metropolis where Green Lantern is, it's beautiful. The colors honestly look nice. It has a bit more of a rustic feel to it, because I mean it's a Batman game, I think, or I don't know, to be honest. It's Suicide Squad. Everyone keeps talking about Batman. All the Batman people are mad for some reason. Okay, so I don't know. I'm just gonna call it a Batman game, sure. But yeah, my point is, it looks good. The character models are beautiful as well. The facial expressions. Sometimes I just sit there and I look at Harley Quinn, as weird as that may sound. I also look at Shark Guy too. Okay, King Shark. Goes to show you how little I know about DC. Okay. King Shark. I found out his name yesterday. The game is detailed, so if you're worried about the look of the game or how it holds up quality wise, I think there isn't not a lot to it. There isn't anything to worry about. The game will honestly kind of take your breath away in certain moments because of how good it actually looks. And the last thing I wanted to talk about was the live service aspect. This is probably going to be the most interesting thing to talk about because of how different people think about live service games. As someone who plays a lot of first-person shooters, live service games have consumed our area of the gaming market. All big shooters are free to play live service model games, and as much as I didn't like them at first actually, and as much as I can understand why people are scared of the live service model, I actually do think it does bring a lot of value. It kind of adds FOMO to the experience, which is not the fun part. It's not the fun part. Nobody likes FOMO, but it does extend enjoyable experiences and keep them alive and create, well, with Apex Legends, which is the first person shooter I play, 5-year-long experiences out of a single game. That's not something any other model of game can do. I don't care how much content you pack into one game. You're not playing it for 5 years unless they're consistently adding new things and keeping your attention throughout the lifespan of its game. And so that's what Rocksteady is trying to do with this game. It's a looter shooter. There's going to be new characters coming out. I'm pretty sure in March they have the Joker set to come out, and there's going to be more story content as well. And this is where I think a lot of people have kind of been a little bit unreasonable. They hear live service and they think, oh my god, I gotta pay for everything, this and that. But at the end of the day, with live service model games, 99% of the time it just revolves around skins. So that's kind of the direction this game seems to be going in. Yes, it would have been nice to have the skins in the game off launch and just be able to earn all cosmetics for free. I don't disagree with that. I actually, you know, love it when games do that. Like, look at Elden Ring. You have a bunch of armor sets and you can go hunting for hours to collect them all, but they got to make their money somehow, and that's the way they're going about it. But what is awesome is the fact that we get more content for free for the story on a consistent basis. Next month, the Joker is coming to the game, a brand new character which you could play for free, and an entire new story to go along with it, which you could play for free. Long gone are the days of map packs when you're playing Call of Duty and, you know, your friend didn't buy the map pack, so you can't play the same game together. You get to experience together. Who decides to spend money on a cool new costume and look cooler than the other guy? Who really cares, to be honest? I enjoy collecting what they added to the game, and I'll kind of just play from there and enjoy the new stuff they add for free. I will say I can definitely see where the disconnect here is, though, because once again, Rocksteady is known for making, you know, their previous titles, which are pretty much all single player games, and people are used to that. And a lot of people who play single player games are more than likely the people who actually run away from the concept of live service games. Yeah, that's kind of my take on the live service game. I think that if you don't enjoy live service, try to look at it from a different perspective in the slightest bit, in that you're getting free content and it's gonna help you enjoy your experience you're already enjoying, live longer. But other than that, I mean, if you just don't like having to pay for skins in general or ever, then just stay away from it. But yeah, that's kind of my take on Suicide Squad. I think the game is honestly a lot of fun. It's really freaking fun, to be honest. I think the movement is awesome. The mechanics of the game are intricate, and I'm just having fun shooting stuff. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like on it. That's my take as an FPS player. Let me know if you will be trying out Suicide Squad down in the comment section. Let me know if you've already been trying it out and what your opinion on the game is. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. I do stream on Twitch every single day as well. Link to that will be in the description. And if you guys want to watch me over there, I'd appreciate it. So yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day. Keep up, stay up. Peace.